I'm Matt with Patriot Docks. In this video, you'll learn how to assemble a Patriot rolling dock and a Patriot stationary dock, and how to install and remove them from the water. Take inventory and inspect for any defects before you begin. Our instruction manual will help you identify each part, and your packing slip will give you a full list of what should be present. It takes on average about 30 minutes to assemble each 4x8 frame. Start with hand tightening. Assemble the frame on land. Decking panels drop in after the frame is completed and installed in the water. Now that we have considered our dock design, gathered tools and components, and understand the basics, let's begin with step-by-step frame assembly instructions. Today we're doing a 24-foot patio roll-in truss dock. We've unloaded our pallet and brought it down to the shoreline, and these are the components that are included. There are 4 4x8 truss frame sections. We have pipe supports, including 1 8-foot axle pipe, 2 6-foot support pipe, and 2 4-foot support pipe. We have 2 end rails to finish off the patio sections. There are also 2 end rails per frame assembly. We have 8 aluminum decking panels. We've already assembled these panels. Your panels will come in unassembled boxes for ease of shipping. Next is frame transition plates, and we have our pipe holders and our foot plates. The Cork cushion is for aluminum decking only. Our instruction manual, our frame assembly hardware, we have stop collars and washers, axle converters with pipe caps, and finally our wheels. Included in each frame assembly will be 2 side rails, a right side rail and a left side rail. It's very important to confirm with the instructions which is which. Then we have a long center support tube and a short center support tube, a connecting brace, a transition plate, diagonal brace, and there'll be 2 end rails. All right, we're gonna start by making sure the left side rail and the right side rail are in the right position. We're gonna start at the shore end of the frame assembly with attaching our end rail with this notch facing up towards the ear, attached to the left side rail with the M10 by 35. We're gonna attach it to the right side rail. Next, we're gonna take the center rail and attach it to the center brackets on the side rail. And to double check that your left and your right side rails are properly positioned, we want the center brackets angled toward the lake. I'm gonna take my M10 by 35s and hand tighten. Next, we're gonna connect our center tubes. I'm gonna start at the shore end and connect the short center tube. And you can tell between the short and the long, both by the length, but also by the notches. So the short will have 1 notch. The long will have a notch on either end. So starting from the shore end, I'm going to attach Next, we're going to connect the long side and the long center support tube, and these are going to share bolts. Again, we're going to hand tighten. Now we're going to be connecting another frame to this frame, so we're going to use our connecting rail, and we're going to use the M10 by 35 on the outside. Connecting it to the side rails. Because we're connecting another frame, we're using the connecting rail, and we're going to use the M10 by 40s to connect the long center rail, center support rail, to the connecting rail. And I hand tighten those. Going to come back to these. Now that we have the shore end frame assembled and the next frame assembled, we're going to attach the 2. So we have the M10 by 40s in the connecting rail, and then we're going to take the nuts off of the preceding frame, and they're all going to connect. All right, and these M10 by 40s coming through the connecting rail are also going to connect into the short center support tube. You can put the nuts back on the M10 by 35s. All right, before we attach the patio section, we are going to attach the diagonal brace and the transition plates. To do that, we are going to flip the entire straight run of dock on its side. Starting at the shore end, we will attach the diagonal brace and go point to point. When we get to the first frame transition, we will tie the diagonal brace into the frame transition plate. We will also pop a transition plate on the other side of the frame transition where there is no brace. We've got the full patio section assembled. Now we're going to connect it as a patio to the straight 24-foot run. And that's just going to be 6 bolts along this 8-foot connection. For a pipe dock, we are going to use the pipe holder. To attach these to the frame, you remove the mount bolt from the nut. You will then thread the mount bolt through the pre-drilled hole in the frame, back into the pipe holder mounting bracket, and into the mounting nut itself. Next thing we're going to do is insert the pipes into the pipe holders. For this 24-foot patio, we have 2 6-foot pipes for the lake end and 2 4-foot pipe for the beginning of the patio. And then it is assumed that the shore end will be resting on shore. We need pipe support every 16 feet. So with this, we'll have a pipe support at the first 16 feet, then at the very lake end, and then 1 pipe support supporting the back corner of the patio. Insert the pipe, just drop that in. And for now, we're just gonna tighten that pipe with the set bolts. With the rolling dock, we're going to add axle converters to the bottom of the pipe. We're going to drop the 4-foot pipe at the back end of the patio into the foot plates. Tighten the set bolts on the foot plates. To bring the front end up a little more to make it easier to work under, we're just going to lift the frame up as high as it goes on the 4-foot and set it there. Now it's a little bit like a seesaw, and we'll install the wheels on the axle converters. And on the axle, we're going to do a washer, and then the wheel, a washer, and the stop collar with its set bolt. Leave that loose for now and continue threading. On the axle converter, the pipe, 8-foot pipe, is going to go to inside bolt to inside bolt. Because this is a dock with aluminum decking, we are going to put some aluminum decking cork cushion on. Each full roll of cork cushioning covers 16 foot of dock. And to install, you just remove the back. Please start applying. Now I'm going to lift the 4-foot pipe all the way up for installation. Now that we have the dock in position where we'd like it, we're going to drop the 4-foot pipe and let them rest on the lake bed and just tighten those set bolts. Do I need to remove my dock from the water every year? If your dock is on freezing water, it is recommended to remove your dock every year. Frozen lakes can heave and shift differently from year to year, and the docks can be ruined by freezing ice. How high above the water should the dock sit? This is mostly a matter of preference, but the standard height is a couple of inches between the top of the waves and the bottom of the truss. Can this dock be installed in saltwater, rivers with current, or tidal bodies of water? Stationary and rolling docks are usually used in freshwater, but they can also be used in saltwater conditions, in rivers with current and in tidal bodies of water reservoir. Consider the faster rate of corrosion with saltwater. Consider augering your dock in rivers with currents, and consider the height of the supports when deciding between this dock and a floating dock. What do I do if there's a severe storm coming? Well, drop-in decking allows panels to be removed at the minimum, and the whole dock can be removed if possible. Though Patriot Docks survive many severe storms, it is always cautious to be prepared to remove your boats and your docks when planning allows. How much weight can the dock hold? Well, the frame supports 45 pounds per square foot, and the dock can hold 1,000 pounds per dock support. Should there be extra parts, missing parts, and damaged parts? Well, after assembly, there will be extra hardware and extra connecting rails. In the event that there are missing or damaged parts, please contact one of our dock professionals with details, pictures, and part numbers. We can help with any issue and any part. You now have an amazing dock assembled and installed, and you're ready to enjoy it with your family and friends. From our family to yours, we wish you a happy summer.